Hello and welcome. My name is Marisha. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to create a few calendar cards, so let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to head on over to my Misty and I'm going to bring in scrapbook.com's Trusting Verses stamp set. I selected the In All Thy Ways Acknowledge Him and He Shall Direct Your Paths, one of my favorite verses. And I'm going to stamp this a few times because I'm going to make several calendar cards to give as gifts this year. I can honestly say that these calendar cards took no time to make. Very quick, very easy, and it's a great idea to give as gifts as an alternative of the general Christmas card. So, yeah, something different. As you see, I'm going to flip my cardstock and I'm going to stamp the sentiment again. I'm going to keep going and continue to stamp the sentiment until I have enough to create my calendar cards. You're going to see 4 that I created in this tutorial, but I actually made 20. Yes, 20 calendar cards. I used the notched corner frames die set from scrapbook.com to cut the sentiment and a gold mat. Using scrapbook.com's Artiste liquid adhesive, I'm going to adhere the sentiment and the mat together. For my background, I decided to add a little texture by using a dry embossing technique using scrapbook.com's Moroccan tile stencil. Oh my goodness, I love embossing with stencils. I've done a couple of tutorials lately, but get ready because I'm going to make some more tutorials with the dry embossing technique. I just love it so much. Look at that texture. Oh my goodness. And one of the main reasons why I love it, I'm getting great use out of my crafty supplies. Yep. Right now I'm positioning the sentiment on my panel, and now I'm going to bring in my calendar, the 2024 calendar. I actually purchased a bulk of these on Amazon. So feel free to head on over there and grab a few if you're going to recreate this project. For this particular project, I'm going to add sprigs to this card. So I used scrapbook.com's Delicate Leaves and Sprigs die set to die cut a few sprigs out of green and gold cardstock from cardstockwarehouse.com. I'm then going to position these sprigs on my panel. I'm just going to play around with the placement. And I know for me, when it comes to positioning different elements on my cards, such as flowers and different things like that, I just take my time with it. I don't overthink it. I just play around with the placement. And then once I'm happy with it, then I go ahead and adhere them to the card. Next, I'm going to use my liquid adhesive to adhere the sentiment to the card. And then I'm going to begin adhering the sprigs. I think going forward, I'm going to make more of these to give out as gifts. This was my first year creating them. Normally, I just give out Christmas cards, but I really like these because it's something that can be seen all year long, and it's encouraging with the sentiment, in which you can add whatever sentiment that you want to use. Or you don't have to use a sentiment. I'm going to show you another card later on in this video where I didn't add a sentiment. I just decorated it with another floral set. And you can use whatever elements you want. Let your imagination roam and create. As I always say, before you commit, experiment. After I adhere the calendar to the panel, I'm then going to adhere the entire panel to my card base, which is an A2 top folding card base. It's 4¼ by 5½ inches. For this one card, I'm going to create an easel. So I'm going to head on over to my trimmer and I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock down to size. The measurements for this base to create the easel is 4 inches by 4¼ inches. I'm then going to bring the piece of cardstock over to my scoreboard and I'm going to score it at 2 inches. I'm then going to flip the cardstock over and then I'm going to score it at 3 inches and 1 inch. I'm now going to fold along the scored lines, creating an accordion fold. And then I'm going to head back over to my card and I'm going to use scrapbook.com's tape runner to adhere the accordion on the inside of the card. This step is definitely optional. I just like to give you some options when it comes to creating this project. So you can turn it into an easel card, or you can opt to not add the easel portion and write a message to your recipient on the inside of the card. Or instead of creating a card, you can create a front panel with your mat, basically cut the card in half, and add a magnet to the back of your calendar. Yeah, so many options. That's the beauty in creating. We always have options. And just like that, these calendar cards are complete. As you see, this card I added a few sprigs, but then this card I went overboard, and that's okay. Again, that is the beauty in creating. So these are a few that I made on camera and I made more off camera. Now here is another one I created using the Sunny Lane Florals die set. So if you don't want to add a sentiment, a scripture, or what have you to your calendar card, you do have the option to just add floral elements or whatever you have in your stash that you want to create. And here's the card that I created. I love the colors. I love both of them. It was hard for me to decide which one I really liked, but I love both of them. But this one, I love the colors. I love how I added the border to it, and I added a few half gold pearl embellishments to the center of the flowers. Again, another quick and easy calendar card I created. Thank you for joining me on today. I appreciate you as always for stopping by. It is my hope that this tutorial does inspire you to create. Please don't forget to subscribe, click the thumbs up button and the notification bell so you never miss out on new tutorials. I am sending you love and a whole lot of hugs. Until the next crafty project, please take care.